Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Bourbon Pour. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Brian.
And Brian, today we've got a really cool episode, I think, planned for everybody. Warm weather is here, and summer, finally. Or maybe it's not warm where you are, it's warm where we are. And hopefully it's here to stay. And, you know, I think a lot of times, warm weather, you sit on the porch, have a drink, have some drinks with friends. It's always a great time to dive into some bourbon. And sometimes I think bourbon and whiskeys have kind of this reputation where that's not really a summertime drink, but we're going to change your mind because we've got a list of things. But before we get into that, if you don't mind, please like and comment on this video just to help us out. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Now the shameless plug is over. Let's go on.
But during the summer, like I said, a lot of times, like you said, you're out with friends, you're sitting by the pool, you want to drink something that maybe you can have a few of.
Yeah.
So when I pulled what I picked out, basically I went with ones that I thought you can drink them neat, or you could use them as mixers, and maybe a little bit lower proof than what maybe through the winter when you're 20 degrees out and you're freezing, you want a 130 proof bourbon to kind of burn the insides of you, and make you a little warmer.
That's kind of the angle we were going. Maybe a little bit lower proof stuff, but with still really good flavors. Something that it's not going to put the hurt on you if you have multiple ones, and something worthy of sharing because all six, we have six of them that we have here, are pretty delicious. So you want to go ahead and start, Ryan?
So okay, well the first one I picked was Old Forester, the 86 proof. I was kind of torn between this or the 100 proof, but I went with the 86 just because it is the lower of the proof. But they proved that you can make a bourbon and proof it down and still get a lot of good taste out of it. You get your normal Brown-Forman notes. You get a little bit of banana, the fruitier notes, but you also get a little bit of barrel. You get a lot out of it. So I just think it's a good one to go to. Like I said, you want to sip that or put it over on rocks. It's good that way too, or it's a good mixer.
Yeah. So. And can't beat the price. It's usually $22.
$22. $20. I got it for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So the first one for me is this Chattanooga 91 proof. If you've been watching lately, that comes as no surprise because this is a bottle I absolutely love. This is, of course, 91 proof, and the reason I picked it was because A, 91 proof, B, it is $29.99, and then third, or C, I guess I should say, C, this has like this, it's got some traditional bourbon flavors, but it's also got these kind of like floral, bright kind of flavors, and I felt like that would go really well with kind of the summer heat, and that's something I think I would recommend for people to enjoy when it's warm out. So.
Okay. Yeah, I love what Chattanooga's doing. They're just I'll say we have a lot of love Chattanooga. They put out some good stuff. So my next bottle is the 10 cup 10-year. So this one I kind of looked at some reviews of what people say about it, and everybody's a little torn on this one. I think everybody kind of automatically writes it off because it's just a lower proof point. I think it comes in at 84 proof or 82. It's 84 or 82.
84.
Yeah, 84 proof. So it's on the lower side. But I tell you what, they've figured out how to proof it down and still keep a lot of the tasting notes that you would get out of a 10-year-old bourbon. You get barrel, you get a good cherry note, and it's just it's a vanilla. All your basic notes that you're looking for, it comes through in that, and you can get that at 84 proof. Is it something that I would drink all year round? Nah, I go to it every now and then. Over the years, I've killed a few of these bottles. The one note about it I think is really cool. If you're ever in a pinch, they give you a little shot glass with it. So you get that on every bottle that they sell. You get a little shot glass that screws right back on top. So I think that's kind of cool. And this is definitely one you could sip on. I would not mix this. It's a $50 bottle, so I wouldn't be mixing that with anything. So it stands up neat, and you just get a lot of good tasting elements out of it.
Yeah. $50. It's a good buy, I think. So mine is going to be, of course, I have the single barrel version here because I'm out of the small batch, but it would be New Riff small batch in particular. The reason why I picked that, it is 100 proof, so you kind of trudge up in the proof. We were trying to avoid that with the summertime But I think that New Riff often drinks a little bit under proof. For some people with the high rye mash bill, it might appear to be over its proof point, but I think it drinks lower. The reason I picked it is about $40, and with that high rye mash bill, I think it's 35% rye, something like that.
Something like that.
You get that good minty flavor, and that minty flavor kind of reminds me of like a little cooling kind of thing. So I think that really goes well with warm weather.
Okay. Well, for my last bottle, up until just not too long ago, actually, I never really got into flavored whiskey.
We both don't.
Not usually stay away from it.
Right.
But this bottle, we went down to Starlight, and they had us taste this. This is the blackberry flavored whiskey, the finished bourbon, and it is a 84 proof, and it's stuff will just knock your socks off. It is so good.
So much flavor.
I mean, they're farm to
glass
bottle, whatever you want to refer to it as. So everything in here is 100% made on their farm, so there's no preservatives. It is so pure, and you're just drinking blackberries.
Yeah,
I mean that's what it is.
It's just a bunch of blackberries, sweet blackberries.
This is it's drinks well neat. It is awesome in a lemonade. So sitting around to pool this summer, I'm certain that I'm gonna be going through a lot of these. Because you mix that with a lemonade, throw that in your glass, get on a float, and you're good for an hour or so. At least.
Yeah. Best part of that's $19.99 at Vic's. So I'm sure it's similar elsewhere. And if you can find it, that's a great deal. And there's been a lot of hype around Crown Royal Blackberry, and it's not just because we're two proud Hoosiers, but toss the Crown Royal Blackberry and get yourself some of that Starlight Blackberry. Those blackberries grown on their farm. Last bottle here, and this one does kind of come with a little bit of a caveat just because of its price point, but Rabbit Hole Derringer. So this is 93 proof, so it's in the good proof range for summer. And it is the Derringer is finished in PX sherry casks, so I thought that kind of fruitiness, raisin kind of thing was good for summer. Only issue with that is it's probably in the $75 to $80 range. I do not like going in that range that often, but I do think that is worth it. So
it could be your Friday night pour.
Your Friday night pour. A warm Friday night. Pour yourself that through the week. Get yourself. I know that's a Saturday one. Through the week, any of these.
Right.
So anyway. Hopefully you like the concept of this video. Please let us know if you have any suggestions, what your list would look like, and what you think you will be drinking this summer, or if you already have plans of things to drink this summer. Let us know what those are. And like we end every single episode when you're with your family and your friends, always share your whiskey.